Happy Manliness Monday, YouTube. Today I'd like to talk to you about office politics and 3 tips to help you navigate in a much more effective manner. You need to speak properly, befriend support staff, and make yourself necessary. These 3 things aren't just applicable in an office setting only. They work in an office. They work in manufacturing. They work if you're in a shop, in high school, in college. They will make your life much easier to manage. So, let's get to it. Speak clearly. That's a very broad term. So I have 3 points that I'd like to address about that with you. The first is give yourself the proper space. Normally when standing up and talking to somebody, that's between 2 and 3 feet. You don't want to be a close talker because that makes people very uncomfortable, especially if there's no reason to be close. You also don't want to talk too far away because then people won't understand you and they'll strain to listen and your information gets lost. You want to maintain a distance of between 2 and 3 feet when possible. Now, there are occasions where that is not a practical solution. That brings me to the next point. Fill the space between you. You need to, with your voice, fill the space between yourself and who you're talking to. That doesn't mean yell to the guy down 2 desks. Speak clearly so that they can understand you. This one takes a little bit of fiddling with, and there's no exact measure because every setting is different. If you're in a noisy shop, you have to be louder. In an office, you can generally be more quiet. So you'd have to play with it a little bit, but the idea is to fill the space between the 2 of you. You don't need to shout past the person, and you don't want to make them come closer to you if it's not necessary. Fill the space. And the third part of speaking clearly is to stop using non-fluencies. That's a bit of a term, and what it means is you don't want to use things like words like you get the point. Things that interrupt your flow of conversation. Instead of using words like and pause. When you need to use those words, pause. Really, it will make you sound so much more intelligent, you won't believe it. It will also give your brain a few seconds to catch up. Also, in addition to all of this, you will actually sound more intelligent to the other person. Your words will have much more gravity. So, when you're at work, speak clearly. Befriend support staff. A lot of people will call them the help or underlings. As long as you know who I'm talking about, it really makes sense. You want to befriend the janitors. You want to befriend the IT department. You want to befriend secretaries, especially the boss's personal secretary. These are 3 categories of people who walk around in every part of every facility and no one pays attention to them. They talk like they're not in the room. They know everything that's going on with every person, especially the janitors. They hear everything. And as a bonus, if you're friends with the janitors, your station gets cleaned better than everybody else's. And when management walks through and your space is twice as clean as every other desk around you, or as every other work area around you, they will think that you are a much better worker. And all you had to do was Befriend the Janitor. The janitors also will tell you when somebody has a problem with you. And then you can mediate it without it blowing out of proportion. And even in some instances, they can even tell you when the boss is having a bad day. So you know, and maybe today's not a good day to bring up the raise then. Second people to really get to know, the IT department. When your computer breaks down, you want to be the first one fixed. It'll increase your productivity, and when management comes walking through and you're back typing already and back to work, and everyone else is sitting around waiting, who's going to get the raise? The guy who's always working, who's always prepared, or the people who have to wait and wait and wait? Also, and we all do this, we do stupid stuff on computers. It's human nature. IT knows about it. They do. And when the boss comes asking, they will cover for you if you are nice to them. If you get on their bad side, you might not have a job. Secretaries. These are the people who really run the office. They might not produce anything, but they run the office. If you are in good with the secretaries, you will have a more efficient workflow. You will most likely not get the bad customers, the ones who have to yell on the phone, or the complainers. They'll shunt them to somebody they don't like. And a lot of times, after the boss makes a grand decision, he hands it off to the secretaries, and they delineate everything. They make a lot of the smaller decisions that can really affect your life. So, befriend the janitors, befriend IT, and befriend secretaries. And the third step to making your life easier at work is become necessary. You need to, it's very simple. 3 steps for this as well. It's funny how it breaks down into 3s. Cross-train. Always look busy and gain a base of knowledge in every department. What I mean by cross-training is every time there's an opportunity for you to learn in specificity something in somebody else's department, learn it. Don't be lazy. This will save you when jobs are on the cutting block. If you can do 3 jobs, you won't be jobless. Now, this doesn't mean seek out and do somebody else's job for them. Wait for an opportunity. If you don't, you will make enemies that you will regret later. Always look busy. Every job has their downtime. I don't care where you're at. There's always time when you're not working, but you're on the clock. I don't care what you have to do. Look busy. Even if you produce 6 times what the guy next to you does, and he always looks busy, you're the one the boss will fire. He will remember you sitting around doing nothing. Even if you're more productive, even if you're more efficient, you're fired first. Always look busy. Always have a pet project to work on, shuffle papers, clean, do something. Always look busy. Edit that out. This last one's killing me. It really is. Now, gain a base of knowledge about every department that you can. Every aspect of the company. Learn about it. You don't have to cross-train in every part of the company. But if you know a little bit about every part of the company, then you can have an intelligent conversation with management or the boss or the owner about the company at large. you will start moving up the ranks if you know about every part of the company. You will be part of decisions that will affect them and you. And the boss will notice. Trust me. So, I need to add that. Jesus Christ. So, become necessary. If you become necessary and integral to the company, you will never be without a job. And if you ever have to come back to that job after quitting and going to another one, you will have a space. They will remember you. Trust me, it's happened to me on multiple occasions. Like 3 different jobs I've left and come back to, and they asked me back because I made myself necessary to their operations. I made things run smooth and efficient. I knew about every part of the company, every part of the operation, and they wanted me because they knew I could fit into multiple roles when necessary. And that speaks volumes to who you are as a man. So, if you are able to speak clearly, you befriend the support staff, and you make yourself necessary, you will never find yourself without a job. And in addition, you will find yourself in line for promotions, you will not be harassed, and you will eventually start climbing the company ladder. If you follow these 3 steps, you will set yourself up for success. So, thanks for watching, YouTube. I do my best to give you guys content every Monday and Friday at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. Every Monday is a Manliness Monday, and every Friday is a project video. I would also like to thank my Patreon supporters who allow me to give you guys better content, and, well, they help fund the show. They help me give you guys this information. Now, I would like to leave you with a little piece of a little word of advice. Well, 2 words, I guess. Let me grab notes here so I don't butcher this. It's the quote, I guess. Virile agator. This was brought to me by Brett McKay. He runs The Art of Manliness. And it boils down to, the manly thing is being done. What it means is, even if you don't feel like you're this person, act like this person, and you will become that. So, if you don't think yourself a clear speaker, act like you speak clearly, and eventually you will. If you're not a friendly person towards support staff, if you see them as lowly, beneath you, act as if you're their friends, and soon you'll become their friends. And if you don't think you are necessary, act as if you are necessary, and act in such a way to make yourself necessary, and you will become necessary. Virile agator. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.